Collect Baseball Show, Episode 3. We'll call this actually the NBA Playoffs edition. I want to show off my not very extensive collection of basketball cards. So we're right now, in accordance with the times, we are, 4 days into the NBA playoffs? Yeah. So last night, after stunning upsets in like the first game of the first round in the Orlando bubble of like the big dogs, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Los Angeles Lakers, those teams both held serve yesterday and got the win. I'm personally pulling for the Celtics. I like Jason Tatum. I like Jaylen Brown, and a guy that I'm about to show here in a second kind of got me liking the Celtics when I was a kid. But I wanted to show my first basketball card. It's so funny. Bobby Hurley out of Duke. The old Fleer Ultra Rookie. I found this in like a shoebox. That's survived like so many moves. I still remember the day I got that card. I got a Tom Gugliotta rookie that day too. But I was at the arcade by my grandparents' house, and I remember watching Bobby Hurley play at Duke. One of the first college basketball players I remember really following. And he was just phenomenal. Good point guard. Always remember him commanding the court in the NCAA tournament. And then not long after I bought that card, I don't recall how long it was, he was in a near fatal car accident. And I don't remember if he actually made a comeback or not. I need to Wikipedia that. I feel like he came back, and the fact that he even ever played again or walked again showed how talented he was. Obviously that wasn't his fulfilled potential, but Bobby Hurley, my first basketball card. And then this is a 1 cent. Talk about thrift store Larry Bird. I got that card for 1 cent on eBay. Probably when I first decided I was going to start buying basketball cards, like at the beginning of this year. It's more of a joke. I love that set, but at this point, it's really more of a joke that I even have that. That's my 1 cent Larry Bird. And that's the guy as a kid who, even though he was like getting past his prime when I started turning the games on, he just really captivated me. And in this book right here, if you haven't read it, there's a chapter on Larry Bird that talks about the mystique of him, how great he was, why he was like superhuman. I'm gonna leave Bobby up here since he's my first basketball card. And then show some more graded cards here. In no specific order. I picked this up because I love Pistol Pete. And this is not that special of a card. It's pretty cheap. It's one of those three-way 1980 tops, but it is a vintage. It is Maravich with the Celtics, which, it's like he was past his prime by the time he joined the Celtics. But the fact that at one moment in time, Larry Bird played with Pistol Pete is quite a thing. And then I picked up a couple classics. I got this Pistol Pete out of Mosaic. I love that church window look, that stained glass look. Did the same thing here with another one of my favorites, Magic Johnson. And then the Big O. This is the Silver Wave. I just think it's a nice looking card. Got that from one of my friends, Card Boulevard. If you look him up on eBay, he's a really good guy, good seller. And then lastly, Mosaic was like my favorite basketball set. I think they're just beautiful this year. I got a guy from Xavier A Cincinnati kid, Jackson Hayes, plays alongside Zion. I got that orange rookie. So that's the extent of my raw collection right now. It's not very not very big, as you can see. I'm going to kind of pick up some more, I think, over the next month. And I've got some getting graded right now. But continue onward here. Here is, I'm going to show my favorite player off next before I get into some of the older ones I have. I've shown that before, I think, but that card is just really underrated, I feel like. I think, like, this has got such a potential for growth, I really think. You know, and I don't have a lot of knowledge, but that's a Panini status Jason Tatum. There's not a ton of them graded. And he's going to sign a max deal. It's pretty clear to me. So in his first 2 games of the playoffs, he's scored over 30 points. He's like just filling the stat sheet. He's kind of taking the Celtics and making them his own. And, you know, I think as he signs that max deal, he's going to be a guy that a lot more people kind of want to own. He's my favorite player currently in the NBA. And I picked this one up. That's a real, I love that atomic look of it. That's the Chinese New Year, Jason Tatum. I got the 9. I didn't see a 10 anywhere. There are some 10s out there, like they're on the Pop Report, but you won't like find the opportunity to buy them. I'm gonna keep collecting Tatum, I think, as the years go on. Just a really great leader. I think he hit 7 3-pointers the other night. So that was in game 2 of the opening playoff series. Watching him and Jaylen Brown is really a thing of beauty. I think the Celtics are going to have their hands full with Toronto in the second round. I think that's how the story probably ends for them. This is one of my favorite Zion cards, and probably one I'll always keep. I got that. I did a 7-day submission with this. I hit a 9. You can see the upper left corner there. It's got just a little nub to it. It didn't have that when I sent it, but it's, if I'm going to keep a Zion, I'm kind of glad, I guess, that hit a 9, because it forces me to kind of keep it. Then I know I've shown that. That's the Silver Wave Zion out of the Mosaic. And then this is the yellow. Was that the Walgreens, I think, special? And then my friend Joe gave me this because it didn't hit what he wanted. That bottom corner there. He said that somebody obviously dropped that at PSA. I know he wouldn't have sent it off like that, but I'm happy to have it anyway. I'm always going to have a couple Zion rookie cards because they are not saleable, really. They're less than what people are looking for, less than perfect. So, just got a couple more classics here I want to show. And again, these are not like, it's just funny. I bought 8s just to have these. This is a Kobe Bryant rookie. This is my favorite rookie of his. You don't see this card a ton, but the Lakers are going to wear the Black Mamba uniforms, they said, in Game 4 against the Trailblazers. Picked up the 8, and then I picked up this guy, one of my all-time favorites. He's definitely, I think, in my top 5. Allen Iverson rookie. And then, gotta have some Jordans. Again, just 8s. Don't care on the grade. Just wanted to have a couple sweet-looking Jordans. Look at that. That iconic uniform. You can't beat that. In my opinion, one of the best, because of him, one of the best looks in all of sports. I mean, Jordan really, I didn't savor him enough when he was playing. I can't say I savored any of these guys enough, Kobe included. I did watch a ton of the Allen Iverson Sixers. And what Damian Lillard is actually doing right now, it reminds me a lot of those 1999, I believe, Sixers. When Iverson just got hot and he beat the Lakers game 1 in the finals. Granted, Lillard's not in the finals yet. But just kind of the run they've been on, it reminds me a lot of the whirlwind ride that Iverson took those Sixers on, because that was really Iverson and a bunch of guys. Aaron McKee, Eric Snow, Theo Ratliff. They had Mutombo. They had Larry Brown as coach. They didn't have a lot other than Allen Iverson, honestly. George, Tyrone Hill. I mean, just a bunch of guys. They really got through some great teams. They got through the Ray Allen Bucks. They got through the Vince Carter Raptors. I watched all of those games. I really loved Iverson when he was with Philly. Wrapping up here, just want to show a couple non-basketball things real quick. Give you an idea of what's coming out. And I think people have not talked enough about this set since they were initially hot. But nonetheless, it's in my collection now. You got the Mike Trout. That's 100 out of the Topps 2020. I just love that card. Was so happy when it came out. I think it's perfect. It's the best one in the Topps Project set. And finally, last but not least, I picked up one of my favorite hockey players. I got the rookie to have. Everybody's about the young guns. Jesperi Kotkaniemi. The announcers are having trouble saying his name. He got tossed in a elimination game the other night. It was game 5. Tonight's game 6. That's what I'm going to be watching tonight. He's had a nice series against the Flyers. He got tossed, though, after a huge check into the boards. He got called for boarding, got thrown out of the game, and may have set the tone, oddly enough, for the Canadians to win that game. I don't want to say in Philly because it's in Toronto, but forced to game 6. I have a weird feeling we're going to get a game 7 in that series. The Habs, I think, are going to win tonight. And his stock's really risen if you're a hockey guy. He's only like 20 years old, and he's got 4 playoff goals now. He really looks good. He really looks good since the restart. And he's a nice centerpiece for a team that I think is going to be on the rise. They just have to develop some prospects. I think Carey Price is going to get the job done, and the Habs win 2-1 and force a game 7 that they probably lose. But glad to add that. Thanks for checking my collection out. Everybody have a great Friday. Stay safe and be well.